G'day one and all, and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm finally going to give you the updated plant tour. I bet you that you weren't expecting that, were you? So it's still fucking hot here in Australia, like really fucking hot. Oh, Willy Wagtail. He's got a grasshopper. Nice. Okay, sorry, got distracted. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you all my plants that I either still have with me or are new. I'll try to point out the ones that are new. I think I know majority of which ones are new since I last did this, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I kind of remember. Yeah, no, I got this. Yeah, I got this. Alright, so pretty much all the ones in the house are new. And I'll show you the ones that are outside that are new as well. So we're going to start with the inside ones and then we will go on into outside. So I guess we'll start off in the kitchen because that's where all my plants are. I'm not kidding with you guys when I say all my plants are in the kitchen, okay? So you're just going to have to believe me. Alright, so the first one we're going to start off with is our lovely strawberry plant. Now, this guy is just like, he's new, obviously, all the ones inside are new. He hasn't grown a strawberry on him yet. My thing is with this guy is just trying to keep him alive. He doesn't even need to produce fruit. Like, he does have, like, the flowers and everything, and he got a really pretty flower on him the other day, but at the moment, he's just here to survive. We got my garden nasturtium, which has recently just popped out a flower. Very pretty. So with this particular plant, you can actually eat everything on this plant. I personally wouldn't recommend it because it's spicy. Think of it like a radish, but very fucking bitter. Like, you can eat the leaves, the flowers, everything on this plant is very edible. And it's also very handy to have in your garden as well. I actually had another one. I had two, actually. I had two separate plants in two of these pots, but they both they couldn't join together and I couldn't get them separated, and I accidentally ended up ripping them apart. So yeah, he's new. Then we got in my English ivy. So okay, so I actually originally these two pots are like a set here, and they actually go into a little hanging basket, but as you can clearly see, these are two very different English ivies. So this one's the OG one, he's the original one, and like I said, I did have him in this pot here, but he died. I think he got, I think he drowned, because at the time we were having a bunch of storms, and I think I was watering him at the same time. Yeah, he died basically. So I got a new one, and this is a supposedly English ivy, so, but I guess it's just a different variation of this guy. And they're surviving. They're actually growing new shoots, so, you know, they're living and learning and surviving my cruelty of plants. The thing is with me and plants, like I don't care. My plants have to you either learn how to survive or you die. That's pretty much it. Like, I'm very cruel when it comes to my plants because I just don't have time for those kind of plants that just need to be manicured constantly, okay? Especially with the Australian heat, especially when I take my plants outside. See, I'm actually giving these guys the best opportunity they can possibly have being inside, because if they go outside, they have to deal with the Australian weather right now, and it goes from being blasting hot to storming weather. So, and if they can't handle it, they die. So a lot of my plants actually I actually went back and looked at all my other plant, and like my plant collection video, and a lot of those plants in that video have now died. They're all dead, so. But you know what, we've replaced and we get big, strong new ones. And I mean, the thing is, I'm pretty proud of myself because I've recently, I broadened my horizon because it was just succulents. Like I had just succulents to begin with because they were just such hardy plants, like cactuses and succulents and all that kind of stuff. Like those kind of things I kept because they were just easy to take care of, and they were easy, and you know, you could forget about them for a couple of days and they wouldn't die on you. To my knowledge, only a couple of succulents are like that since I found out. But recently, well, not so much recently anymore, but a while ago, I decided to get into vegetables, and well, not so much vegetables, but herbs and stuff. I did start having a veggie garden, but it didn't really take off, and the Australian heat last year kind of fucked it all over. So, you know, the weather does make these plants either sink or swim. So, but yeah, so as you'll see with some of my other plants that are just, they'll either look like they're dying, but they're actually thriving. Perfect example is my hydrangea. Now, if you can believe it, Nathan bought me this plant from a roadside shop, and it had beautiful flowers on it, and I'll show you a photo. But the thing is, the flowers kind of all wilted away on it. The thing was, I did put it outside for a day, and then it kind of carked it on me. So I don't know if that's my fault or not. So I'm assuming it is. I think I was worried because I wanted to keep it alive. And don't get me wrong, it's alive. It just doesn't have any flowers on it. Like, it's grown so many new shoots that are just ridiculous, and the leaves are just so healthy and everything. Since I've cut the flowers away, but it just doesn't have any pretty flowers on it. So I don't know. I'm going to basically just leave it as it is and see what happens. It's pretty much an experiment with this one because it's a flower plant, and it's my first kind of flower plant, and I'm just like, well, it's technically not. I have more outside that I've recently taken care of. So my hydrangea's doing alright. Just doesn't have any pretty flowers on it for now. That's okay. I can wait. I'm a patient lady. We got our spearmint plant. Now, okay, this guy confuses the absolute fuck out of me. Okay, because if you can see, right in there, he has a bunch of like little dead roots and plants and everything. But he's surviving quite well. I don't know. The thing is, right, I think he's just naturally like that. See, when I originally, because I have a lady at Mitre 10 at my local store, she's very handy, and I've been talking to her about my plants and everything, but she's been helping me a lot with all of my plants, like if I have any questions or anything, and I think it's just very handy to have someone like that, and I'm so thankful that I have someone like that. But anyway, she recommended that, because this guy was not like this before, and he was all straggly. He basically looked like a scrawny teenager. But now, he's doing so well. I mean, look at him. Look at all those mint leaves. And by the way, we do actually use all of our herbs and mints. Like, I've used the mint leaves on this guy in my drinks. And you'll see shortly that I've used, with my basil plant, I've used a bunch of basil in cooking, and we've got a bunch of spring onions out there as well, and we use those for cooking as well. Not a lot of the times, as much as I would like, but we have been using the herbs and they've been happy. So we'll move on to the next plant. The next plant I got from, sometimes I actually do remember where I got my plants from, and I know this guy, I definitely got him from Coles. He's a Coles plant. If you don't know what Coles is, it's a like a shopping joint, but they always I don't know about you guys, especially for those who are new in Australia, but every time I go to the plant section in Coles, those plants just look sad. So every so often I actually attempt to go and buy a Coles plant, and that's what I did with this guy. And this guy is called a radiator plant. there you go. There's my radiator plant from Coles. The next plant we've got is my first actual... He looks a bit sad right now, but he's probably having a hissy fit right now because he needs to be watered today. But this is Frederick, the second. We don't talk about Frederick the first. But anyway, it's my first herb. Well, technically it's not mine. He's Nathan's, but I look after him. So he might as well be mine. But anyway, so Frederick is our sweet basil plant. And when Frederick's not looking like a sad motherfucker, he actually looks like a decent basil plant. I did cut him back a while ago because he was like really fucking tall and he was bending over. So I thought I'd chop up some bits and pieces of him, and he's grown all right. I think he's just looking really sad right now because he just needs a water. A lot of my plants, mostly inside, are very sooky. You should see that fucking guy when he needs a water. They like go all droopy and shit, and it's just like, bruh. And then I chuck them in the sink because normally I water all my plants in the sink, like in the bathroom sink. And, you know, half an hour later, they're just like, oh, I'm happy again. It'll probably be the same with this guy when I water him. That's all my plants in the kitchen. But I have one more plant. Yeah, one more plant inside, and I'm going to show you him. So we're in my bathroom. Welcome to my bathroom. We have this guy, which he is the Emerald Ripple Peperomia, I think it's called. I like this pot. He's another Coles pot. I got him because he looks like Mumbo. If you don't know who that is, that's a Homocraft YouTuber. He's my Mumbo for Mayor pot. And he just sits in the bathroom. So the thing is, with this pot, the reason why it looks so shoddy is because, or why he's, you know, like that. Let me give you a bit of background before we continue this. Okay, so like apparently a lot of pots these days, or a lot of pots that I have bought previously, they don't have a drain hole in them. If you don't know what a drain hole is, it's basically a hole just at the bottom of the pot so the water can drain, right? So all the water, like if you get too much water, it's not going to drain your plant. Which apparently that's how a lot of my plants have been dying because of the lack of drain holes. These days, I try to look for plants that have a drain hole in them. And sometimes I forget about it, and this guy was a case of it. But I really like the pot. So I asked Nathan to drill me or attempt to drill a hole. He fucking broke it. But even if he broke it into a billion pieces, it technically has a drain hole. It just sits like that. So it's not perfectly straight. But you know what? That's okay, because he can sit like that. And he looks like he's like sitting. He's like my little sink buddy. So he's my Mumbo for Mayor pot. So I think I can't have favorites, to be quite honest with you. And if we're going to talk about favorites, it's going to be Jerry. Okay, you just damn well know it's going to be Jerry. All right, so now I've shown you all my inside pots or plants. So mostly they just kind of stay downstairs. I don't really have any upstairs at the moment just because we keep upstairs pretty much closed with all the blinds and everything, and the only time we really open the blinds up is during the middle of the days, except this one because the sun just blares here and just cooks everything along here. Well, hi Sol. Yeah, Sol. Can I have a meow? Yeah. Alright, so we're going to go outside and show you all my plants. I'm going to try to do this as quickly as possible because Australian heat is hot. Like really, really hot. And it's humid and it's gross. So I'm going to try to... I think I'm going to go down my list because this was a pain finding all my plants. So let's go outside and get started. Okay. So we're outside. The post here, I got me marigolds, which are doing quite well, and my French lavender, which actually have a first flower. Ain't that nice? It's gorgeous. Over here I got my mulberry tree, which actually has been growing mulberries on it, and I've been eating them. and they've been actually quite sweet. They weren't sweet before, they were quite bitter, but he's doing so much better. We've got my pineapple over here. This guy actually came from the top of a pineapple, and I thought he was dead for a while, but then he just kind of took off. So maybe I might have a pineapple in my lifetime, who knows. We've got the Candine Dancer Orchid. He was a plant that I kind of forgot about, and it was at my parents' place. We had him when we were at one of our rent houses, so that was pretty cool. This is one of Nathan's favorites. That's our flame tree. It's as tall as me now. Well, actually a bit taller. Got my key lime plant, which is, all of my plants have just shot off this year, so it's been really nice. We have my lemon tree. We have my arrowhead plant, and my peace lily, and my poncienta at the back there. Got my two lovely apple trees. You saw in my last updated plants collection, you'll see that those two have grown quite a bit. My Song of India is here, chilling out. We've got Alexander in the pot because it's watering day for him. He's my white spruce he is. We thought he was a pine, but no, he's a white spruce. We have my spring onion here, which is actually looking quite fabulous. As a fake Larry bird, by the way, don't panic. We actually use a bunch of these. I've got my famous tomato plant. He kind of carked it when he came out here, and he did have a bunch of tomatoes on him, but I kind of cut them all back so he could actually have a chance to grow. I don't know, he's struggling but surviving. Oh geez, excuse the mode pots at the moment, but over at the back here we've got our Warthra Caractea, whatever the fuck that is. Got our snake plant over there, which ironically has probably seen more snakes than the rest of them. Got our pickle plant, our mouse tail cactus. We've got our ghost plants here. If you've actually seen this one here, he's grown a lot since the last one. He was a part of my OG ones. He was like as big as this guy here, but now he's just taken off. And so are these ones. I had a different plant in the actually no, I did have him in there. So these are all from clippings, and they've just continued to grow. It's crazy. I've got my golden jade tree, which is just taken off right now. Jesus Christ. Got one of the many Texas nipple cactuses here. We've got our other jade plant here, which if you'd known previously, this guy last year had drowned. This guy last year had drowned, but now he has just taken off again and growing into a beautiful plant. We have the mistletoe cactus next to him. Miniature pine tree over here. Here's my other snake plant. We also have this lovely combi vase with all like little clippings and everything that's just grown and just taken off, and my frangipani one, which has actually had flowers in it, if you can believe it. Hello Pepe, pink one right there. That's taken off again, Jesus Christ. We've got the Medusa plant, which is fucking massive compared to what it used to be. We've got the tree anon, which is my little palm. He kind of like dies and comes back and dies and comes back, but he's actually doing alright. He's very tall. Very tall for the plant that he's in. The irony that it's a giraffe too. We've got the thimble malaria, which is always remind me of snow, like a little snow plant. He's not dead, he just looks like snow. It's very pretty. We've got a bunch of jade plants. I'll see if I can find them all. Oh my god, this ghost plant just grows in everything. Yeah, we got one of our jade plants, which is actually not looking the greatest. So maybe you come to the front here. We've got another jade plant here with the Groot. We've got oh, there's Yenny. We got that jade plant right there, the pink kitty. The zebra plant, which is actually doing fabulously well. We've got another zebra plant, which is weird how they're very same plant, just very different. We've got the golem jade. Oh, we've got Jerry. Where's Jerry at? Here he is. We got the OG Jerry when he's got a bunch of babies. He's the lawyer's tongue. We've got the false Christmas cactus here. The elephant bush here, which is a very pretty plant. I love this plant. We've got the fairy washboard. Actually, I have a couple of those. We got the baby fingers, which I figured out why they're called baby fingers. There's just a process where they go really freakingly weird. We got another fairy washboard. Wouldn't even know how to pronounce this plant, but it's the woolly Senecchio. He's not doing the greatest at the moment, I guess. We got the Madagascar palm. Oh my god, we got this massive spiky bitch, which has grown like so much. He's the coastal cholla. Very spiky bastard. We got the lemon ball cactus, which, if you can believe it, he was the size of my pinky. He's just shot off. It's ridiculous how much he's grown. Chocolate spider here, which is a very pretty plant. I don't even know how to pronounce that name. That's just going on the screen there. We got this one here, which is still as delicate as he was the day that I got him. We got the big Texas nipple cactus, which is apparently growing something else. I don't even know what he's growing, but he's growing something else in him. But that's him there. And lucky last, we've got this guy, which again, I'm not going to butcher this pot plant's name like I've done so many of the others. Alright, sorry that was a little quick. My GoPro was really heating up at the end there, so I kind of wanted to smash through it a little bit quicker than I would have liked to. That's pretty much all my plants. Oh geez, little birdies. I'll let you guys know which ones are new and which one are from the old one. If you haven't watched that video, I definitely recommend checking it out. You can kind of see the quality, well, not so much the quality, but how much my plants have grown since the last time I did it. That lemon tree, if you can believe it, we got that lemon tree when we got the tiny home. That lemon tree is as old as the tiny home. Well, it's not as old, I mean, but it was sticks. If you saw the tiny home video, like the first tiny home video, that's my lemon tree there. And that's how much that's grown. Yeah, no, the lemon ball cactus, I'm not even kidding you, was the size of my pinky. He was not big at all, and now he's just like the size of my fucking forearm. It's crazy to see how much some of these plants just grow and grow and grow. It's like crazy. I do have a lot of plans for the future with my plants, if you can believe it. So like I said to you, I would love to do vegetables, like more vegetables. And I do have plans to do stuff with my plants. Like, I want to get another plant stand because I don't want all of my plants, like all my little succulents, to be on that one plant stand. If I can buy something similar, or if I can buy the same plant stand, which was from Mitre 10, so that might be a bit of a stretch, we'll see. But I really want to grab another plant stand so I can kind of like not have them all like layered by layered on them, because it does get a bit painful to water them. Because I have a bunch of watering dishes. I only have a bunch. I have two. I have 2 watering dishes, and it's just not enough. But yeah, so I'll tell you my goals, because I don't know, I thought we might as well add to the video considering I had to cut that kind of short. So if you had watched my videos from the past, you would know that I had a budgie called Larry, which not recently died, but unfortunately died, because Larry was like our first pet together. And yeah, so I plan to dedicate my garden to Larry. Yeah, so it's going to be called Larry's Garden. So if I end up actually doing my garden, you'll know why. So I plan to add a bunch more herbs and veggies to my garden. So I plan to go into cucumbers. If you had followed me on Twitter or X, you'll know that I actually did cucumbers. Yeah, cucumbers. And it was the cucumbers that I ripped apart. What happened to my garden nasturtium then? Okay, so you know when I was talking about the garden nasturtium, that I didn't rip 2 of those apart. It was the cucumbers. I had 2 cucumbers and they kind of intertwined with each other, and then I had to rip them apart and ended up destroying the plant. But yeah, I would like to get some cucumbers. I want to get some rosemary, some thyme, some oregano, lettuce. I also want to get some lettuce, carrot, capsicum, potatoes, cabbages, butternut pumpkins, peas, onions, and chili. See, the thing is, I don't have the, what's my excuse? I don't want to set up permanent roots here at the moment, okay? So that's why a lot of my plants, I should say, are in pots at the moment. So like all my garden nasturtium and my tomatoes and my mint, like all of those should be in garden beds at the moment, but unfortunately they're not. So because I have to make them portable, because obviously where we are now is not our final destination. So I have to keep everything in pots so I can move it. See, if I were to put stuff in garden beds, which I would love to do, by the way, I would love to do, if I put stuff in garden beds, it's going to be a pain to move it, and I'm going to have to end up probably destroying whatever I plant, and I don't want that. See, if I'm going to do garden beds, it has to be permanent. Like if I put down, you'll know for sure when I put down garden beds, that shit's going to be permanent. But at the moment, everything's just in pots at the moment, just because I can easily move it, I can easily pick it up, I can easily water it, because I don't want to set up permanent roots here, because I know we're going to end up moving anyway. Like this is not our final place that we're going to be at for a life kind of thing. So, I mean, if down the road, if that does end up happening, then I will do garden beds and put a bunch of these veggies in it, because I don't think some of these, I think some of them are alright, but I think they would flourish more in a garden bed, but whatever. I also plan to get a bunch of trees as well. You can already see, I want to get an orchard. I've always wanted an orchard, just with fruit, so you can just go walk by through the orchard and pick up some little mulberries or apples. But I do plan to buy more trees. Like I plan to buy a avocado tree, because I want to attempt to grow one, and I also want to get a mango tree, because again I want to attempt to grow one. The same with my apple trees and my mulberry trees and my lemon and my lime, which, mind you, those lemon and limes have actually tried to squeeze out some fruit this time around. They didn't do that last year. Well, actually I didn't have them last year, I bought them this year. Yeah, but this year they have actually started to try to squeeze out some fruit. And even the apple trees did. They actually produced some apples. Didn't fucking eat it because it looked very sus. It was, I wish I would have taken a photo of it or at least tried it, but I didn't want to. I was too nervous. I'm like, if I bite into this, I might die. So I might just not do that. I also like to get some vine fruits as well, like grapes, watermelon, kiwis, and blackberries, because I just think that would be awesome. So I have a bunch, like I have like a whole like notes kind of thing here of what I kind of want to get for my garden setup. So I want to get a greenhouse. I do have a greenhouse which Nathan bought me for my birthday last year, but at the moment it's a storage shed and it's looking pretty shoddy right now. Like I think I accidentally hit it with a whippersnipper, so half of it's all the green, like all the mesh green stuff is kind of ripped apart. So whoops. I would like to get this big one, so I can have like a production line going. It'll be awesome. I also want to get a compost bin, because I feel like I want to go for the feel like we just waste too much food here, and it would just be nice to just put shit in the like why throw food away when you can use it in your garden? Like I just think that's just bonkers. But yeah, so that's why I want to get a compost tumbler, but I still need to do my research. Like the thing is, all of this is well and good, but I still need to do my research on this kind of stuff. Okay, so like yeah, so you want to get like a hose link, because I don't know, everyone loves the hose link stuff, and apparently it's good shit. Oop. I want to get like a little Larry's garden sign, so thought that would be cute. I also want to get into bees, because to my knowledge I'm not allergic, but who knows. And I have a thing saved up on here which is called Flow, which you can actually get like a whole beehive like system going, and that seems honestly the best way to do it. But I do want to do that, but in saying that, I would like some natural bees as well. Like I would like to give that a go, and if that works for production honey wise, then yeah, I'll do it. Because I love honeycomb. Fresh honeycomb. If you haven't tried fresh honeycomb, you haven't tried honeycomb. Shit's good. Shit's drippy and messy, but fuck, it's good. But yeah, I want to get some beehives, and I want to have like a massive garden too. Like I want to like put like little bee, like attempt to make all this kind of stuff as well. And I even got my little bee watering system as well. I thought about this shit. Don't you worry. I have thought about this shit. Yeah, see, I've even got the flow hive there. I also want to get like a little bird bath as well, because I just want to be in my magical garden. That's what I want. I want a little bird house as well, a little bird feeder as well. So cute. Oh, my little bird houses. Ah. Yeah, no, I have actually thought about this really well. Like I even have like all the different types of flowers that bees like, and you know, plants for bees. I'm gonna save the bees. And yeah, that's kind of what I wanted to put my hydrangeas in, like like I want to have like I'm trying to figure out if I want metal. I want to figure out if I want metal garden beds like this, or if I want wooden ones. I'm still attempting to find out. See, and if I always have this fantasy of when me and Nathan get our own home that we'll have like a little shop, and so I can sell flowers. And I want a little flower stand as well. Yeah. And I want to have my production of my veggies as well. I mean, yeah, something like that. I don't know, it's always been like a thing or something like that. it's always been a thing that I kind of just, I've always wanted. Like, if you can believe it, I am a farm girl at heart. You know what? I'm a farm girl at heart doesn't mean I am one at the moment. Like, I am probably shit when it comes to farm work these days. Like, you bet. I mean, I fucking came inside when I started sweating, so, you know, if that doesn't give you an indication, I don't know fucking what will. But I grew up on a farm, and other than my family making it a horrible time, I actually did enjoy what came with the farm. Mainly the animals, the production of food, you know, the process of everything. And I was really, like, I even took, if you can believe it, I took agriculture as a subject in high school, and I fucking aced that shit. Like, without even trying. I'm not even kidding you. I remember one particular time, not to go back to the good old glory days of high school, but back in the day when I remember this so clearly. We had a test for ag, right? And we called it ag. And I had a test for this shit, and they told me about it a week before. Like, they gave us a week to study and everything for it. And I think at the time I had so much going on. Like, I had other tests that I was just like, oh, I'm fucking not studying for this shit. Get out of here, kind of thing. Like, I'll be right. And lo and behold, I was right. I actually passed it with flying colors. I was actually shocked, because the next day when we did the test, because when we did the test, on the day that we did the test, I was like, oh shit, I haven't fucking studied for this. I'm going to fail. Oh no. And I did it. I fucking passed. I passed without, like, it was just common knowledge for me. And I don't know, it's always been such a funny memory, honestly. And then the next day, like, we got our test results and everything, and I fucking passed it, and I'm just like, zing, I got this. But yeah. I also want to do, like, little fruits. Like, if I get enough fruits and everything, I can do, like, little fruit cups and everything. Like, I do really want, like, the little farm stand. I think it would be so cute. But back to the garden, because that's what we're kind of talking about here. I want to do, like, a little mushroom seating area, a little whimsical stuff. I want to do a fairy garden as well. I thought that'd be really cute. And if I end up having any kitties, I think they'll, like, absolutely love this kind of stuff and be so involved with it. Might even get my niece involved. Like, yeah. There's a succulent thing that I can do. I probably should start with that one. It could be like my starter project kind of thing, because that's kind of what I was going to do for my succulent balls, but make them into like an actual ball, not a turtle. But it's cute. Even like little fairy garden stuff. Suck out. Ironically, I want to get some stepping stones as well, because, you know, gotta have everything in your garden. These are, ironically, are the stones that we have out the front there, in front of our stairs. I also want to get like a little flower welcome archway. This, like, I should honestly be starting this stuff now, which I am. I'm doing like little bits at a time. Like, I got my wind chimes. They're out there. I'm pretty sure you guys saw them. I'm even getting my little, like, whimsical, like, little bits together. I even got my rain drum. I didn't show you that, but it's out there. It's fucking out there. And I also want to get a garden basket, because, you know, got to collect them veggies. But that's kind of that's what the kind of the end goal of my garden is and everything. So that's why I kind of think of this as like the beginnings of the beginning kind of thing, because like I've started to collect all of these plants, and there is an end goal for all of these plants. Like, they aren't just gonna be here. They're not just gonna be in the kitchen. They're not just gonna be standing outside in the weather. Like, I do plan to do stuff. Like, there you go. There's a little dive into my plans for the future with what I plan to do with all my garden stuff. Slow steps. We're getting there. But anyway, I've chatted on for way too long, and it's not even the updated plans. It's just like goals for the future. But yeah. Anyway, if you enjoyed this video, give it a good old like and subscribe, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye bye.